Thank you, Mr. President. I'd like to start by thanking my colleagues and especially my friend from Iowa, our senior Senator Chuck Grassley, for his tremendous work on this project. And all of those that have participated in the discussions on the Secure and Succeed Act. This legislation puts us on the best path forward to provide a permanent solution for our DACA recipients, all while strengthening our borders and entry security. Our legislation addresses the unique challenges faced by the DACA population, many of whom were brought to America by their parents through no fault of their own when they were just children. In Iowa and across our nation, DACA recipients are an integral part of our community. They are our neighbors, they are our classmates, and they are our fellow churchgoers. This last summer, while I was at the Clay County Fair in Iowa, I was approached by a young lady, and she came up to me and she said, "Senator Ernst, I'd like to know where you stand on DACA." And so I explained my position to her, and meanwhile she's pulling out her billfold, and out of the billfold she pulled out a small card. She showed it to me and she said, "I'm a DACA recipient." And I said, "Well, thank you for taking the time to come up to me and share your story with me." She was there with her younger siblings at the county fair, just enjoying the day, and she explained her situation to me. She had been brought into the country by her parents. They came illegally into the country from Mexico, and then she pointed at her younger siblings, and she said, "They were born here. They're citizens, but I am not. I am not." So she went on to explain to me, as we were standing there at the Clay County Fair, right by the Iowa Army National Guard recruiting booth, of which I was a member of the Iowa Army National Guard, and she explained to me that a while back she had actually met with one of the recruiters, and they had told her, "We can't accept you. We can't accept you because you're a DACA recipient." She expressed to me how disappointed she was. She wanted to join our military. She wanted to serve this country, the only country that she had known to be her home, the country that she loved. Her story and her determination and her desire to serve this country and defend our freedoms was absolutely clear to me. This bill would allow DACA-eligible recipients to defend the only country that they have ever known, the country that they love. That said, I cannot overstate the importance of addressing the legal, economic, and security concerns that are ever present in this debate. A huge priority of mine has been and remains to be border security. Our homeland and our borders must be secure, period. Tragically, human, drug, and sex trafficking are still viable markets in the most darkest corners around this world. And unfortunately, we have those corners of the world right here in our own nation. Ensuring the integrity of our immigration system is essential in working to prevent these bad actors from infiltrating our very own borders. This legislation would direct funds towards bolstering our border control and various degrees of security along the border, such as physical and virtual fencing, radar, and other technologies. It also cuts immigration loopholes and ensures that dangerous criminals are denied entry. This legislation addresses the current debate in a humane and thoughtful manner, and I urge my colleagues in the Senate to support this common-sense pathway forward. Thank you, Mr. President.